Hey everyone, welcome back into my beading studio. Today I'm going to teach you how to make beaded fringe earrings on a triangle frame. This is a really fun alternative way to use fringe in an earring and I really love it. It's really pretty and I think you're going to love it too. So grab your beads and let's get started.
I'll list all the materials here, but you can also grab the free pattern with the full materials list linked in the description of this video. I'm using a size 11.0 seed beads in Chantilly and Wisteria AB, which you can find on my website, thewholenashop.com. You'll also need 2 triangle frames. These are about 2 centimeters long on each side, 2 silver-plated ear hooks, 2 size 10 beading needles, beeswax or my thread conditioning bars, nylon beading thread like Miyuki brand in white, scissors, and chain nose pliers. To begin, cut and wax about an arm span length of thread, then thread your needle. Pick up 4 beads to start, then move them down to the bottom of your thread, leaving a 4 to 5 inch tail. Place the thread behind your triangle frame, positioning the beads on the right side. Then fold the thread over like this. Next, thread your needle through the center of the frame, keeping the beads in place. Then, thread through just the first 2 beads from the right side and pull through. Then thread down through the left column of beads and through the center of the frame. Then pass up through the left column of beads, ensuring your needle is in front of the frame. Pull snug. Grab 2 more beads on your needle, then while holding the frame securely, thread down through the back of the frame and through the center, catching the beads as you pull through. Then thread up through the new beads, passing in front of the frame like this. Repeat the stitch until the end of the frame, picking up 2 new beads, passing down behind the frame, then up through the new column of beads and pull snug. If you're working with a different sized frame, then when you reach the end, you'll want to take a look at how many more columns of beads you can fit. If you want a tapered V-shaped fringe, you want to make sure there's an odd number of fringes. For this project and this frame size, I'm creating 11 columns to create 11 fringes with a tapered V-shape. When you're finished with your foundation row, turn your frame around so that your tail thread is on the left and your working thread and needle are on the right. Thread up through the second column of beads from the right, ensuring your needle comes out behind the frame, and pull through the center of the frame. Next, pass back down through the same column of beads, but this time in front of the frame, and pull snug. Next, pass through the column of beads on the end, repeating the same process that you've just completed. Set your needle down and using your second needle, thread on the tail thread. Pass through the center of the frame, then down through the same beads the thread is coming out of, but make sure your needle passes in front of the frame. Then repeat the process again, passing up through the last column of beads on the left, passing behind the frame, then threading through the center of the frame and back down through the column of the beads and pull snug. Now you're prepped and ready to add your fringe. Load your needle with beads following the pattern guide, then move the beads up to meet the foundation row. Skip the last bead, then thread up through all the added beads and up through the 2 beads in the corresponding column of your foundation row. Pull through, avoiding making your fringe too tight. Then pass your needle down through the next column of beads to add your next fringe. Add on your beads following the pattern guide, then repeat the same steps as before, moving the beads up to meet your work, skipping the last bead, and passing up through all the beads and corresponding column in the foundation row. Repeat to add all the rest of your fringe. When you complete the last fringe, adjust your fringe to ensure everything hangs well and that your tension isn't too tight or too loose. Now we'll use a knotless tie-off. Pass down through the second column of beads in your foundation row. then pass up through the third column, down through the fourth column, back up through the third column, and then down again through the fourth column to create a loop in the beads. Then to create a second loop, pass up through the fifth column, down through the fourth, and back up through the fifth to complete the loop. Now pass down through the sixth column and down through several beads in the corresponding fringe. Then snip off the excess thread. Thread a needle onto your tail thread, then pass up through the second column of beads. Then down through the third and back up through the second. Down once more through the third and through some of the fringe beads before cutting off the excess thread. Add your ear hook to the top of the triangle, then repeat for a pair. Now you have a lovely pair of fringe triangle frame earrings. If you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And check out my other tutorial on how to make brick stitch spike hoops. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.